Welcome in then to the latest edition of Extra Time. Ali is here, Shaka as well. Lamine Yamal starred as Barcelona won La Liga today. A lot of questions about the youngsters, a lot of statements as well like this. The kid is the best in the world, right? If not, who could be better? Let's move on to the next question as well, because that's kind of all under the same umbrella. What else can Lamine do to win the Ballon d'Or? Shaka. Lamine Yamal, best player in the world?
Yeah.
Should he get the Ballon d'Or?
Yes.
There we go. Shaka Hislop has spoken, ladies and gentlemen.
Can I go home now?
Now, what about those who say, look at his stats, though? He hasn't got many goals, his assists. You know, someone like Mo Salah has got more compared to the youngster.
No, the totality of the game of Lamine Yamal has been outstanding over the course of the whole season. And if you think and look back at the time in which Barcelona was struggling this season, guess what? Guess who was not on the field? Lamine Yamal was not on the field. He makes this team go, and it's not just a nice piece to have. He is the angular piece in the attack for Barcelona. Everything positive in the attack for Barcelona usually it starts with Lamine Yamal. The last time we were saying that about anybody in any team was Lionel Messi. That's the sort of level that Lamine Yamal aspires to be at, but that's where he's reaching.
Get ready for this, Shaq.
All right.
So you would have Lamine Yamal over Pedri?
Oh,
Wait.
oh,
As my
oh, man.
if I'm choosing,
Yes.
I'm building a team.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, you're having Thanksgiving dinner.
No, we
Thanksgiving
definitely
no, then Pedri. Pedri! Come on down. Come on down. Incidentally, I know people are
Gregory,
interested.
sit at the kids' table.
Hey, Alejandro, who we have talked about and has had some difficulties communicating with his family, he's coming home. He's coming home tomorrow, so that'd be fun. Maybe.
I don't know where we went with that.
talking about?
We've got to went off a little bit.
Well, I'm just saying he's coming home for summer.
Behind the scenes of Ali's broken family.
Yeah. No, wait. We're not
so
broken.
Lamine Yamal
It is the nucleus of the family is intact. Alejandro's coming home. Pedri's coming home for
So
Thanksgiving.
Alejandro wasn't speaking to you? What was communication issues?
No. He was only calling home whenever he needed money, essentially.
Well, yes. That's how it works, isn't it? What
I was hoping for love, for appreciation, for a connection to his family, more so than just asking for
How
money.
we go from Ballon d'Or to this?
I don't know.
Well, it's what I care about.
Hey, at least it's better than just a Venmo request appearing.
Yes.
At least you got a call.
Yes. But he's coming home, and I'm happy, and the family's happy.
Pedri or Lamine Yamal?
Lamine Yamal.
Dembele, people would say, Shaka?
I'm going Lamine. I'm still going Lamine.
Okay, question for Ali. What positions ideally should Barcelona look to strengthen ahead of next season?
You have to address the outside back position while Jules Koundé...
You need backup, don't you?
Yes, you need depth. You cannot be in a position in which whenever Alejandro Valde is unable to play, you are trotting out Gerard Martin or Eric Garcia. As good a job as they might have done, those are not the real solutions. Or Íñigo Martínez having to go and play left back, or Ronald Araujo having to play right back. You have to have something more about you in terms of the depth in those positions. I think you have to start addressing the possibility of center forward. You need to have the conversation about Lewandowski.
Does Ferran Torres...
Ferran Torres is, I think it's a nice piece to have, but I don't think he can be the guy over the course of 40 matches in the season. I just don't see that being the case, and I don't think his productivity would be at the level that is necessary. We assume that Lewandowski is going to keep scoring goals, but at some point, this is something that has to be addressed. I just don't know that the finances of Barcelona are in a position where they can actually make a big splash in that position.
We'll be hearing from Lewandowski, actually, at the end of extra time. Not before, though. We asked Shaka, who was the more surprising league winner? Liverpool or Barcelona?
Jeez, that's a good question. I'm kind of leaning Barcelona just because of how good Real Madrid were last season. And they added Kylian Mbappe and kind of given a lot of the issues that we discussed coming out of last season and the financial issues. I'm kind of leaning Barcelona, but at the same time, I didn't think we'd be talking about Liverpool either.
Luis Garcia picked both, of course.
Did he?
Yeah.
Who did I pick? You remember?
I don't know, Shaq.
And then I'm claiming I picked both.
You definitely didn't.
It's also.
Until you prove me different, I'm claiming both.
I know that we're giving a lot of credit to Luis Garcia, and rightfully
Are you
so.
suggesting?
But maybe it's convenient that these are the teams that he played for, and that he would never pick Real Madrid
and
or
there's
never
some
would
sort
pick
of ambassadorial
I guess
link to that.
you know. How often do we see Luis doing shows from like he's in Singapore, he's in Hong Kong, he's here, there, and everywhere? And who are you doing that for, Luis? Liverpool. Oh, am I gonna pick against Liverpool? No chance.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Pick both. Carry on.
But did you make a choice, by the way? Was it Barcelona or
Yeah, I
Liverpool?
said Barcelona. I said Barcelona.
Who is the manager of the year across Europe?
I would say Hansi Flick. And we have to be able to remember how much of a mess Barcelona was last summer. And that's just on the Barcelona side. But then thinking about as to where Real Madrid were at that moment and who was coming to Real Madrid. The decisions made by Hansi Flick in terms of the way that they were going to play, the consistency, the calmness with which he communicated this to the players, and the way that he handled the pressures of being a Barcelona manager, I thought he did something with this team that I don't think any of us thought possible, given where they were at the beginning of the summer.
I concur.
All right, perfect. Who will win the Champions League, Shaq?
PSG.
Because?
They're playing the better football right now.
Okay.
PSG, and if PSG wins, does that mean that Ousmane Dembele?
Well, that's
Then let me take that back. Then Inter.
But then it's Lautaro Martinez.
No, I don't think Lautaro is quite at that level, and being
The
front
comments,
runner.
the comment section.
I
don't
know.
disagree.
I know they're going to be.
South America, something going on there.
What a great question this is to end.
Okay.
If your child
Okay.
went through a rough breakup, which ESPN FC member do you think would give them the best advice? And who would give them the worst? Okay, let's start with the worst. Who would I want I wouldn't my child. I don't want Gab anywhere near the child because that'd just be terrible.
I'm going to say
Craig-
Jules gives the best advice.
Jules?
I'm going to go Jules.
No,
I'm not having any of y'all.
Whoa.
I'm not having anybody else.
Jules. He's too busy watching football.
What?
He hasn't got time to give advice.
By a
No, you're wrong.
By a matter of default.
No, you're absolutely wrong.
Nope.
So we've got Gab on the back on no. Craig definitely not.
Definitely not.
Not Ali
Nope.
either.
Wait.
Oh, no.
Why am I being discriminated against? Why am
You're
I?
not being discriminated against.
No, yeah, but
You're
you
very
just-
much in the majority.
I believe this is an unfair
No, I don't know.
statement.
Yeah.
I would be.
Sort yourself out.
I would
Yeah.
be caring,
Nope.
Get yourself-
thoughtful.
Nope.
No,
Nope. Nope.
no, I'm not having you at all.
Nope.
Anywhere, no. So you're there with Craig and Gab.
Yeah, yo. You wouldn't have.
I cannot believe you're putting me in the same category with Craig and
I'm
Gab on anything.
Hey, I'm going to go K.
Oh, that's an
I'm going
interesting
to go
one.
K. I'm going
Yeah.
to K as my
That's true.
therapist.
That's true.
Yeah.
What about
Too
Dark?
positive.
Ian Dark to bring you a little bit of old school.
Yeah, I'm going-
Not Don. He'd go on about his divorce. That wouldn't. That wouldn't.
Start talking about
Take all the money that he
bicycle. And
Frank would make it about him.
yeah.
I think that'd be true. Stevie would be a good night out to go out with to kind of forget your woes.
Yes.
That's not the question, though. The question isn't who you're drawing your sorrows with.
Shaka, you've given good advice over the years. to
I
different
am
people.
full of good advice, Dan.
Yeah, that's very.
A lot of experience. You've seen things, Jack. You've gone through
I am
things.
full of good advice.
Someone would. Jurgen would cheer you up. He's kind of got a
Yeah.
cheery. He's got a cheery
Yeah.
disposition.
Yeah.
He'll take you out in the helicopter.
What's the problem?
He'll say, "Let's go for some coffee, and I'll get you some cake as well." That'll cheer
No
it up.
problem.
That's very good. But I don't know why you went straight to Jules. That's weird.
I'm going to go K.
What are we doing with Robo? Is Robo?
Oh, Robbo's on the bench with you.
I'm not with Robbo.
Oh,
Who's the worst?
You know-
Who's the worst?
well, Robbo.
I tell you what, it's a good battle for worst.
Yeah, I know. Ali, Robbo, Craig, Gab.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
You don't know. You don't know how
We've got a deep bench.
thoughtful I can be with my children.
Where are we getting Nadem in all of this as well?
Name's kind of
It's quite deep.
Yeah.
middle of the ground.
Yeah, I think middle ground.
Mario. Mario.
Mario.
Mario.
Do you understand?
Do you understand? No, I don't understand, but you're asking me.
Laugh, but you'd be like,
we need some help. Jan? Voice of experience.
Yeah, see, but things tend to go off the rails with Jan.
Yeah,
very
Jan would
quickly.
take it a weird direction.
Yes.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I think.
So
that's
who is the worst though?
you're there.
No, you can't put me in that.
You,
category.
Robbo,
Honestly.
Craig, and Gab.
Look, I'm a thoughtful parent.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. No.
Yo.
Yeah.
Well, but why? I would like to ask why. Why am I the worst? I would like an explanation for that.
Hold on.
Uh-huh.
What was your New Year's resolution again?
To be more approachable.
Yeah.
By your own admission.
But that's
under
what-
no pressure.
That's
You
what
just-
people
You just
outside.
wake up January 1st.
It's like the circle of trust.
right?
Outside of the circle of trust.
You just
which is
wake up January 1st
admittedly, it's
and
very
decide,
small.
man, I need to be better.
All right.
more approachable.
Yeah.
There you go.
But by those outside of the
just you by
family
yourself.
nucleus.
That's just you by yourself.
Luis Garcia.
I think Luis gives that good advice.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll take it to watch Liverpool or Barcelona.
Yes, he would. Yes, he would. Yes, he would.
Don't need to watch
For free. For free.
That is it. Thank you very much for that last question. Oh, we've got Robert Lewandowski now. Would he be?
Hey!
Lewandowski, I reckon, would be in the Ali and Craig camp.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
don't understand why I'm being
Let's hear.
part
He
in
was
this
talking to
camp
Gemma
with
after
Craig.
the game.
That's unacceptable.
Well, Robert Lewandowski, congratulations on this win. What a roller coaster season. You begin winning La Liga, then you lose it November, December. Now back to the winning ways. What a roller coaster.
Yeah, that was still it's an amazing season. You know, with these young players that we have in the team, is like so many times we show it that it doesn't matter what kind of position we are or we were, that we can we have to push till the end and show our best performance. And I think in this team, how we were playing, you can, like the fans, I think they can fall in love, you know, because this kind of emotion, this kind of performance that we showed, that is something special. And of course, and now in the future in the football, it will be impossible to stay on the top all this season, because if you have so many games, that will be normally that you will be some kind of moment that you will be not on the top form, but because of this you have to show it that sometimes you have to jump on it very, very fast and show what you have the best. And I think this season was amazing for us. We won titles, and I think that we can really enjoy what we did, and looking in the future with the head up.
I guess it was important for the youngsters, the academy players, to win it here in the Catalan derby. I don't know if there were some nerves in the halftime because the goal was not arriving.
Yeah, we have, I think, two situations. The first half was like unlucky that we didn't score. That we know that this kind of game will be like very tough. That we know that maybe one goal can decide that we win this game. And of course, not always we can score 4 goals in the first half. On concede 2 goals and score 4 goals, but you know, especially if the opponent play very deep, that sometimes you have to be patient and try to find a solution and score the goals. So today we scored 2 goals, a beautiful goal from Lamine, and we know that okay, this 3 points is going to us, and we can celebrate, be the champions.
Maybe it's the most beautiful goal of Lamine, or maybe not, because in the training maybe he does more than the one we've seen today.
You know, sometimes the training doesn't works everything well, but in the game it's different. And today that was a really beautiful goal from Lamine. I already saw in the warm up. I think the same goals that he did. So yeah, he repeated the same in the game. So yeah, you know, this guy grew up very fast, and especially during this season, you know, and we see that his development is amazing, and yeah, even that he's 18 years old now. In the next few weeks, I think that mentality is already like 22, 23. So yeah, it's like it's nice to be in this team, and just to enjoy this moment.
It was your first start after the injury. How did you feel? And is it important for you to win the top scorer in the next 2 games, as you already win the title you wanted?
You know, now it's like the most important thing was that to win the titles with the team, you know. Even that I win some kind of individual, if you don't win the titles with the team, it's something that you cannot enjoy, you cannot be happy. And for me, if you see that we won 3 titles and we were playing in semi-final, even that I couldn't play in the semi-finals, but in the end, this is even more important. Always in the end, the people looking how many titles with the team you win, not individual, because it's not without the team you cannot win the titles.
And just the last one, thinking on the future, next season, you talk about semi-finals. Of course, the goal must be to play a final next season. I guess it's a very exciting opportunity for you.
We know that we have to prepare it well to the season. That is, the next season will be even tough than this season. We know it. But first, we have to focus. We have still 2 games. We have to show our performance, even that we are already champions. That now more important will be mentality. Of course, it will be from one side very difficult to play on high level, but we're playing last game in our stadium, so we have to try, even that we are already champions. But in the end, of course, sometimes after a good season, the next season will be even the bigger challenge for us. But we have to be ready for this.
Sorry, just one last about tech. How important has been your fellow Polishman for this team for achieving this amazing success?
Yeah, he showed so many times in the games that he's like the goalkeeper to help us. Even that he was already on the vacation, retired the football, but I think this his performance on the pitch helped us a lot of times. And if you have this kind of security behind, that always is better to play for the place on the pitch. And we are very happy to have him in the team, because always the good players can help every team.
Congratulations! Enjoy the parade tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We'll show you pictures of that parade tomorrow. Kay's in the hot seat, joined by Kieran Gibbs is here, as is Craig and Frank, also to look ahead to the FA Cup final.